All right, Bears fans, I am back with another video because we have some breaking news. The Bears have made a flurry of roster moves, plus Lamar Jackson is officially ruled out. We will hit on that briefly because in the video earlier today, we basically mentioned that that was likely going to be the case. Before we dive into all this, though, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. We're grinding the day before a game as the Bears are making moves. So have those noties turned on too. Hit that subscribe button. We are close to 136,000 subs, like 120 away. Can we get there before kickoff tomorrow? Support the movement here on the channel. All right, we'll get to the Bears roster news in a second, but did want to just hit one more time that Lamar Jackson is officially out. The Ravens kind of did something weird that I want to spend a moment on here. They, after that Ian Rappaport report from earlier, they retroactively said that, oh, wait, Lamar was actually limited in Friday's practice, not a full participant, and now we have ruled him out. That is what the Ravens tweeted out. Tyler Snoop Huntley will start. And is it a huge deal in the grand scheme of things? Probably not, but I think that's something the league is going to have to step in on because you can't be misleading on your injury report if you are the Ravens. Now, they did list Lamar questionable in terms of his game status yesterday, so it's not like they said he was for sure going to play and then changed it, but he was not a full participant, as Ian Rappaport reported. He was working with the scout team, and now he's ruled out. Why is that an issue for the league? Well, one, you can't lie about your injury report, so I think they're going to look into this too. It impacts how the opponent is going to spend their time in preparation. Now, Lamar Jackson, Snoop Huntley, you're probably not changing that much from a preparation standpoint. I don't think the Bears are panicking. Oh, now we got to face Snoop Huntley. Like, it's not Lamar. But still, like, I think it's an issue. Oh, and by the way, you've got this gambling thing going on in the NBA. How many people yesterday, when Lamar was listed as a full participant, probably gambled on the Ravens? Probably a lot. So I bet those people are pissed, and rightfully so. So I expect the league to come down on Baltimore. Now, as far as this game goes and how it impacts the game, I mean, obviously it's a big deal. We said it all week. Even if Lamar's 75-80%, that is much better than Cooper Rush or Tyler Huntley. Now, Tyler Huntley has played some good ball before with Baltimore. He beat the Bears 4 years ago at Soldier Field in 2021. He has shown he is capable at times, but doesn't have nearly the arm strength or accuracy. Can run around, but not nearly as well as Lamar. He is someone who will put the ball in harm's way. Now, the Bears are beat to hell in their secondary, and it's even worse than we thought. We'll talk about that in a second. So it'll be interesting to see what prevails. Do the Ravens with Tyler Huntley against the Bears beat-up secondary? Who has the advantage there? We'll have to wait and see. But obviously, if you're Chicago, it's a great opportunity to go get a win, and it could be a critical one because you got some key pieces that are banged up right now, which is what we'll go ahead and talk about next. The first one's not good at all. Kyler Gordan to IR. He popped up on the injury report this week on Thursday when he was listed as limited. I kind of thought that was a red flag. He was ruled out yesterday. Obviously, it was like, well, he definitely got hurt during the week, and now he's been placed on IR, which means he'll miss at least 4 games. Just a disastrous season for Kyler Gordan. Night before the opener, he tweaks his hamstring, misses the first month, comes back, plays well for 2 games. Now he's out for at least 4 more games, and I'm told it could be longer. So just not good. And, you know, Ryan Poles gave this guy 3 years and $40 million, and he's always had minor injury things, but he's never missed, as much time as he's going to miss this year. But just a bummer, man. And you hope that whenever he's back, whether it's this year, I hope it's not season ending or whenever, that he could stay healthy. But he continues to run into these soft tissue problems since he's really entered the league. And it's not good at all. And it's obviously a major blow. I mean, in the 2 games since he's been back, the run defense has been much improved. Now, I think TJ Edwards is a bigger part of that and just some schematical things. But they're going to miss Kyler Gordan dearly. Because regardless of who you plug in at nickel, whether it's Nick McLeod, Josh Blackwell, I think tomorrow it's going to be Blackwell with McLeod as the other outside corner, you're still severely limited in that capacity. So definitely a bummer. I think now with Tyrique Stevenson also banged up, hopefully not for an extended period, wasn't put on IR, so that's good. Keep an eye on the Bears starting Monday to monitor the cornerback trade market. And you might look at some nickels now, and there's been some connected to the market. Roger McCreary with the Titans, Alontae Taylor with the Saints would know Dennis Allen well. He can play nickel and outside. He's a physical player, kind of like Kyler Gordon, not as good, but he's someone you could bring in. Both those guys, I believe, are in the final year of their rookie deal, so they could kind of check that box if you could get them for reasonably cheap. It's just a one-year rental, so keep an eye on that. But if they win Sunday and they're trying to do something this year, I think you got to add a corner. So keep an eye on that. Okay, another player was placed on IR. We will tell you who that is in a second. Plus, a flurry of more roster news regarding the practice squad, Austin Booker's status, and much more. But first, we do got to tell you guys about today's sponsor. That is PrizePicks. Daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Get started today at that link. But you and I make decisions every day. But being right on PrizePicks can get you paid. Don't miss any of the action this season with PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. The cool part about PrizePicks, speaking of injuries, is if a player gets injured in the first half and you have that player in your lineup, say you take more on 65 yards for a player rushing or receiving or whatever, he gets hurt in the first half, doesn't have more than 65, they've got injury insurance. They're going to take that player out of your lineup, assuming he doesn't return. So if it's a 3-player lineup, it'll just turn into a 2-player lineup. PrizePicks has your back. They want to give you the benefit of the doubt. 2 to 6 player lineups, you pick more or less on their stat projections, and if you hit, you win money. You can also go with the flex play lineup, which means if you miss one of the players in your lineup, you can still up to double your entry. $10 could turn into $20, for example, on certain flex play lineups. Check it out today. I got a 2-player lineup for tomorrow. Derrick Henry, goblin play to find the end zone. Love it even more now that Lamar is out. Rushing or receiving doesn't matter. I've got Odunze to find the end zone as well. He's due. That's a demon play, so it kind of evens out the goblin play, which is easier to hit. $20 entry to win $55. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in the lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Okay, Braxton Jones has also been placed on IR. Not insignificant, but certainly not as impactful as Kyler Gordon, but it still matters for a couple of reasons. One, he is your backup left tackle. So if Theo Benedet gets hurt, let's just say he were to get hurt tomorrow, it would be very interesting to see if Ozzie Trapillo would go in at left tackle. I would assume he would, or if they would kick Joe Thuney out to left tackle and bring in Ryan Bates at guard. I think those would be your two options. So that's why it's important, obviously, because they moved Ozzie back to the right side. He hasn't been working much at left tackle. So if you were to go in there in the game, you'd feel a little uneasy about that at this point in time. The second reason why it's notable is because Braxton Jones has been labeled as a trade candidate. Now, whether or not the Bears were shopping him or not, who knows? But that's a moot point now. He's out 4 games. The trade deadline will come and go. He will not be traded. So we'll see if he can return this season and if he factors in down the stretch. I think we all believe that, barring something unforeseen, his Bears tenure is over after this season as he is set for free agency. Unless he just has no market and the Bears want to bring him back as a swing tackle for cheap, that would be the only way he's probably back. But his days as being the clear-cut starting left tackle are clearly over. But now he's likely here for the rest of the season as he is out for the next month, and the trade deadline obviously comes and goes on November 2nd. But that's not all, folks. Some more roster news to discuss. We mentioned Kyler and Braxton to IR. That freed up 2 roster spots. So you would think, okay, this means Austin Booker's been activated. Wrong. They have signed defensive tackle Jonathan Ford to the active roster. Remember, Ford had used all 3 of his eligible practice squad game day elevations. And he's been a big part of the rotation in recent weeks. I think he's helped stop the run. So now he's on the 53. So look for him to continue to be in the mix of that defensive tackle rotation, especially with Shamar Turner playing more on the edge the last couple of weeks. Now, you still have 1 open roster spot, and that's the case moving forward. It makes you wonder, are they going to trade for a corner early next week, or will they activate Austin Booker early next week? They have until Tuesday to put Austin Booker on the 53. So clock is ticking on that. Him and Eamon Ogbongbemiga were not activated from short-term IR. Now, Ogbongbemiga has, I think, about a week and a half left. He's in the middle of his 21-day practice window, but Booker's started October 7th, and Tuesday's the 28th. So they have until Tuesday to activate him. Jake Moody was not elevated from the practice squad. They elevated tight end Steven Carlson for some tight end depth with Cole Kmet out, and cornerback Dallas Flowers. I think that's both of their second elevations of the year, so they'll have one more if needed, but they'll help at tight end and corner. And that means no Jake Moody game day elevation. Cairo Santos has been cleared. He will kick tomorrow. Now, I do wonder, with that extra roster spot open, are they wanting to remain flexible and have options early next week? Like, maybe they do want to activate Jake Moody to the 53 at some point. Maybe they do go trade for a cornerback or something like that. So I still think Booker gets activated by Tuesday, but until he does, there's a chance he doesn't. And remember, if they don't, he's out for the year. So keep an eye. Maybe they wanted to get through this game. If another injury pops up, that could change things as well. So we'll see what happens on that front. But a lot of movement, a lot of action, and, the Kyler thing, man, just sucks. It just sucks. He's a really good player, fun player. You can do a lot of different stuff with him, but, he's injury prone. He's injury prone. And, you hope he gets back later this year. You hope he's healthy and the Bears are still in the mix. I mean, that would be great. If him and Jalen came back later in the year and they both can help this team push for the playoffs. But Dennis Allen's going to have to continue to work miracles as key players continue to miss time on this defense. For this game, it obviously helps you don't have to play Lamar Jackson, but I do think moving forward, the offense is going to have to continue to produce. You're going to have to get more out of the passing game. So we'll see if Caleb Williams can play a little better starting tomorrow and obviously moving forward. Okay, get your score predictions in. Bears, Ravens down in the comment section below. Who you got? What's the final score going to be? I honestly got to sleep on this one. I've got no feel for this game. All of a sudden with Lamar out, the Bears defensive injury is going to be very, very interesting. Get those score predictions in. My name is Harrison Graham. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll put out another episode tonight that we've already filmed, and we will also be live tomorrow for Bears Ravens, 10:45 a.m. Central Time for noon kickoff. So be sure to join us. All right. That's all for now. Lots of news. Hopefully there's no more breaking news today, but if there is, we'll bring that to you. We'll see you guys soon. As always, bear the hell down.